Hi, what's up, everybody? Welcome to I Am the B.F.P, where we're trying to be the positive we want to see. I just wanted to let you guys know that this video is very triggering for some people who has lost a child. If you're dealing with the loss of a child or any kind of mental health issues, I do advise you to just try to get some counseling, talk to someone about it, reach out. You can follow me on Instagram and send me a DM at I Am the BFP. I would love to send you some love, support, any kind of encouragement that I can, because I know that this is a very, very, very sensitive and hard subject that we do go through in our infertility journey, but this is real, and I did want to share this because I think it's important that you guys see the different things that happen in my life to where I am the way I am now. So let's get into it. 2008, I was pregnant with my daughter Kayla, and about 34 weeks. I was in the hospital a month before she was born. I had to have a C-section due to her umbilical cord not being able to give her enough nutrients. And so on April 21st, they did deliver her via C-section, and she was born, and she was beautiful. I did end up getting the steroid injection to develop her lungs, maybe like 2 days before she was delivered. So I heard her cry and everything, and it was a beautiful experience. I got to go to the NICU and visit her. Even with my C-section scar, I was just like, what scar? I want to go see my baby. Like, that's how I was. Like, I really was so excited to go see her. I wanted her to know that mommy was here, and, just experience that. I was so excited. So maybe a couple of days after she was born, they told me that she had a small hole in her intestine and she needed to go to Cook's hospital in Fort Worth to get that looked at. So of course I was just like, yeah, like, let's take her to Cook's. And she would need to have surgery because they said that if her bowel started to leak, that would be very fatal to her health, because she was born at 34 weeks, and they were just so concerned about her getting an infection and it turning into sepsis or what have you. So of course I was just like, yeah, let's go ahead and get the surgery done, knock it out, because they said it was like really, really small, so it wouldn't take nothing to fix. So they ended up transporting her via ambulance to Cook's in Fort Worth, and she went ahead and had the surgery. Surgery was a success. Maybe a day or two after the surgery, they tried to wean her off of the breathing machine, and basically they said that her lungs were filling up with blood and she had a pulmonary hemorrhage in her lungs. And they just kept suctioning the blood out, and it just kept filling up like fast. Like it just kept filling up. They couldn't keep doing it. So unfortunately, there was nothing that they could do. They called me. I came up there, and when I got up there, it was like maybe like 20 nurses around her bed, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like it just did not feel real. Like, I'm not kidding. It felt like I was outside of my body looking at me dealing with this. It was the weirdest feeling ever. I go to her bed and I just told them to stop. I was just like, just stop. And they stopped resuscitating her with the bag and stuff, and she was gone. She was already gone. I guess they were just waiting for me to get there. And they unhooked her, and they unhooked her on all her stuff and wrapped her up in this blanket, and I got to hold her. And then it's not funny, but it was a situation where when I was on my way to the hospital, I called my mom and I was like, Mama, I think something's wrong. Like, they're not telling me anything. And she was just like, well, what are they saying? And I'm like, they're not saying anything. I just said that. And I was so frustrated. I was like, Ma, I just call you back. Like, let me just get here and figure out what's going on, and I'll call you back. So, my mom, she was only at Cook's for, I wouldn't say like 4 days. And so maybe three or 4 days. But nobody had came to visit her yet because she had literally just got there. And my mom lived in Mesquite. So Mesquite, if you're not familiar with Texas, Mesquite and Fort Worth is like on like north and south. They're like opposite sides, right? And so when I looked up and saw my mama there, I was like, wait, like, how did you even, like, I couldn't even like think of like, how did she get there? I was just, but it's a maternal thing. Like, she knew I needed her, right? So I think we were all just in shock. Like, I was definitely in shock. I couldn't believe it happened. So after she passed, we did have a small service, and it was beautiful. We buried her, and it was hard. I don't think nothing in this world can prepare you to lose your child. That is the most traumatic thing that can happen to a parent, to a human. It is lifelong. It has lifelong effects. You never can say you're over it, because any little thing, like, I still cry sometimes. And it happened 14 years ago. My daughter would have been 14 April 21st. She died May 3rd. My birthday is May 7th. I don't even think, and it's funny to say that even though she died May 3rd, I don't even celebrate the day of her passing. I celebrate life. Like, my birthdays are just such a celebration, and it's not to overcompensate for May 3rd. I don't even think of May 3rd as anything. I celebrate the day that she was born. My daughter, the little time that she was here, changed my life, and I have carried with me the things that we had, the emotions and the times that we shared with me for the rest of my life. She was the light of my life. She was just so here. When she was here, she was here. Like, when I would go visit her, she would look at me and she would respond to me, and it was just so beautiful. It was just a beautiful moment. And who am I to celebrate the day she passed? No, I'm celebrating the day she was born, the day that she came into this world, the day that I saw her for the first time. And God called her home. And it's important for me to say, when she did pass, I never blamed him. I never asked him why. I never was angry. I honestly feel like God took all of that off of me. He was just like, you good, in a way, in a sense. I didn't feel anger. Of course I was sad, but I didn't feel anger or anything. I was numb for a very long time. I was living in Mesquite by myself, and I used to work at night. So in the morning time, because I was so numb and I really didn't want to face the fact that my daughter isn't here anymore and I'm living by myself and doing these things, I would take NyQuil to go to sleep. Like, I took NyQuil probably for about 2 to 3 weeks. And my mom, she came over one day and she was like, why you got NyQuil in the kitchen? And I was like, oh, because I take it to go sleep. And she was so upset. She was like, don't do that, and but that's the repercussion of not dealing with your grief. That is the repercussion of not dealing with it. This is why I say, when I tell you be the positive you want to see, I'm not telling you to ignore your feelings. You need to deal with them, and then you need to let them go. You need to deal with them, and you need to let it go. You need to let God take control of it. And at the time, I wasn't allowing him to do that because it was too real for me. I didn't want it to be a real thing. So I was just like, I'm just going to ignore the whole situation. But when I stopped taking the NyQuil, guys. I'm not taking it anymore. But I stopped taking the NyQuil, and I really sat and I was writing poems about it. I love to write poems. I was writing poems, I was walking, I was going out with my friends. I started, become more sociable. I started to find myself because I know that before my daughter, I was a different person, and after my daughter, I was a whole nother person. I'm not the same Tamara I was in 2007, 2006, and 5-4. I'm not that Tamara anymore. I changed into somebody else because that traumatic situation changed me. I don't know if it's for the better or not, but I can say now it's for the better. But at that time, I was like, I have to pick myself up. It's like, and I think it's very important that when you're going through loss like that, it's good to go to a support group or counseling, because they can really relate to your situation and give you the tools that you need to get through it. Honestly, I'm just being 100% real. These support groups and just connecting with other mothers that have lost their children, or just going through terminal, kids that have terminal illnesses, and they will eventually pass. I'm telling you, that support is unreal, and it'll really get you through your situation. And I pray that God lays his hands on each and every one of you that are going through this, because it is very traumatic. It is very life-changing. You'll never get over it. You'll get over it. I'm not saying you'll never be happy, but what I'm saying is what I mean by get over it is I feel like when somebody say I'm over it, I'm getting over it, it's like you'll never think about it again. It's like this is something that you're gonna live with for the rest of your life. I'm going to insert some pictures of her. That's my baby, and I'm so blessed that she changed my life while she was here. Even though she wasn't here that long, it really has shown me to appreciate every single moment. I didn't think that she wasn't gonna be here for the rest of my life. I didn't think that. I didn't take advantage of I don't even have a picture with my daughter. I have pictures of her. I don't have a picture with her. I did not take advantage of every single moment, but now I live for a moment. I love hanging with my friends and my family, making memories, taking pictures, just doing that, because I know what it feels like to miss an opportunity, and you never know if you're gonna get it back. I can't go back and take a picture with my daughter. I can't do that. So now I take advantage of everything, of every single moment, every whatever. I just do, because you never know. I think as a culture, we really take time for granted. We think we have another day, we have another moment. We can say we sorry tomorrow. It don't matter. I'll let them go to the club and I'm just gonna roll over and be mad at him. No, life don't work like that. I wish you could dictate how you feel and I just do it later. It don't work like that, y'all. You never know when it's gonna be your last time. So take advantage of the moment. This is a big part of me being positive in life, because I don't sit when I think of my daughter, I feel her around me. I feel her spirit. I don't feel I guess that's why I don't cry. I do cry sometimes, but I'm not crying now, because I can feel her working within me to talk to you guys. And this is really the first time that I have really told my story to people that I don't know. I mean, a lot of my friends don't even know the ins and outs of what happened. And it's really, I feel, whenever I think of her, I feel happy. I get ooh, because it's such a blessing. I love her. And it's such a blessing to have that emotion when I think of her. Like I said, God really placed his hands on me going through that. And he said, we're not going to make this situation be negative. I needed her. And you'll see her again. I'm telling y'all. And let me tell y'all something. I wanted my daughter. Of course I did. I love my daughter. But I feel her with me every single day. Even now to this day. She would have been 14, April 21st. And I feel her. Even when I see like a 14-year-old girl, I'm like, dang, my daughter would have been like, had boobies, probably would have had a little cycle, started school. Like, I be thinking like that. But I be so filled with love when I think of her. Like, it's so comforting. It's not a, oh my God, I feel with so much peace and so much love thinking about her. And I miss her every single day. But this is definitely the start to my infertility journey. Losing her was the most traumatic thing that's happened. And not a day goes by that I don't think about her. And I do pray for anyone that has experienced this or is experiencing this, that ask God for peace. Lean not on your understanding. That's the key. Don't blame him. Don't. Like, I'm telling you, it is going to be okay. I can't tell you, everybody grieves differently, but all I can say is God is good. God is so good, y'all. Oh my gosh. He is so good. And he will get you through things that you never thought you could get through. So this, yeah. I'm at a loss for words, y'all. I'm at a loss for words. He really placed his hands on my heart when I went through this. But that's like the gist of what happened with my daughter. So she had a pulmonary hemorrhage and they couldn't save her, and she ended up passing. She died May 3rd. She was born April 21st. So that's unfortunately what happened, but my baby is around me all the time, and I know that she's looking down on me, so proud of her mother. And I feel that. I really honestly feel that. And like I said, I'm praying for anybody that's going through this or anybody that has gone through this. I am here. You can follow me at Instagram on I am the B.F.P, or you can leave a comment below if you need any kind of encouragement or support. I am here for you. I'm allowing God to use me to be here for you. So I have no problem talking to anybody if they have any kind of questions, or if it's something that you felt like I left out of the story that you want to know, please feel free and ask me. I have no problem answering your questions. But I want to thank each and every one of you for listening to this video. It is very personal, and it's very near and dear to my heart to share this. I feel like I don't want to say I don't talk about it, but I really don't to other people that's not my family and friends. I mean, they ask me, and I'll tell them, like, I'm not ashamed of my daughter passing because it changed my life for the better. I know it did. And like I said, I feel her around me all the time. So I'm not embarrassed. And I'll tell people, but this is like the first time where I've had the courage to like tell the world. So I'm super excited. And I know like people are so super confused. Like, how is she positive talking about losing her daughter? It's because I love God. And he's has his hands on my heart. Like, he is, let me tell y'all something. Give it to him. Take it, you can have it. Take it, you can have it. So I'm gonna end the video, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I love each and every one of you guys. If you did watch the last video, I appreciate you so much. The next video is gonna be the continuation of my infertility journey. I hope you guys check it out. Please subscribe, tell your friends, like, hit that notification bell so you can get that next video. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions about this video, please leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them in the next video, all right? So continue to be positive, continue to do your affirmations, your manifestations, and continue to spread love and continue to give it to God when it is too much for you to bear, okay? Remember, this is I Am the B.F.P, where we're creating the positive we want to see. Peace, ladies.